Welcome back to my channel. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. So I'm back with another DIY. I call these blue Monstera leaf jeans. Stay tuned. So here's some of the items that you're going to need. So you're going to need a pair of jeans. I got these from Walmart. They're about $11. You're also going to need some paintbrushes. You're also going to need some paper. You're going to make sure that the paper is a stiff kind of paper because you're going to need it to make stencils later on. You're going to need some paint. I got this paint from Amazon. You can also get it at Walmart. And you're going to need some fabric paint medium. So here's where our paper is going to come in handy. So if you have an iPad or a tablet, you want to go ahead and look up some pictures. So I found these on Pinterest, and you're just going to make it as big as possible. You're going to place your paper over top and you're going to trace it. So we're going to use these papers to make stencils. Of course, you can freehand it, but it's easier if you make stencils. Therefore, everything kind of stays within the same proportions. So the picture that I chose has 6 leaves in it. I decided to go with 5 of them. So I'm just going to trace each one and then place those aside. And later on, I'm going to cut them out. So next I'm just going to cut each of those leaves out, and for that one Monstera leaves that has the little holes in it, I'm going to use an X-acto knife to cut those out as well. So after you get done cutting all the leaves out, this is what it should look like. So you want to make sure that your leaves are nice and big because it'll make it easier for you to trace them. So this part I did speed up a little bit. So as you can see, I just have the stencils laid out and I'm just tracing each one. So like I said before, it does make it easier to do your layout if you do have stencils. Of course, like I said before, you can freehand, but if you have everything kind of laid out like this, you have a better idea of where everything is placed and how it's going to look. Now I did choose leaves because I do like Monstera leaves myself, and I did think it would make a nice design. However, you can choose any picture that you want where you can trace it and just apply it to a pants or jackets or however you want to do it. So a little background on how these pants came to be. So my friend is having a 30th birthday party and the theme is 30 shades of blue because her last name is Blue. So of course you have to wear a blue outfit. So I decided I wanted to do some custom pants, but I wasn't too sure on what to put on the pants. At first I was thinking I was going to get some iron-on patches and kind of do like blue flowers, blue butterflies, blue something. But this kind of popped in my mind to like draw on the pants or paint on the pants, which I've never done before. I used to do like little DIY projects in high school with like hoodies and stuff like that, but nothing to this extent. So I decided like, okay, let me just see if I can try it out. And this kind of popped in my head about doing the blue Monstera leaves. It actually turned out pretty nice. You'll see later on in the end. But yeah, I just decided why not just give it a go and see how it turned out. And honestly, doing the stencils made it a lot easier because as you can see here, I'm kind of fiddling with the leaves because I wasn't too sure where I wanted to place them. So it did definitely come in handy having the stencils with me. I will say trying to figure out the layout was the most difficult part. After I figured this out, everything else kind of came together, but you can see I'm just kind of moving the leaves around and checking and seeing and making sure I didn't have 2 leaves that were the same by each other. So you will have to take your time with this part, but after you get everything situated, after that it's pretty much smooth sailing. These leaves with the holes in it were my absolute favorite. Please stay tuned to see how they turned out later on, but these were my absolute favorite. They came out better than I thought. I really thought about only doing this leaf for the whole pattern of the pants, but it was so time consuming just painting and tracing this one leaf, or this two leaves actually, that it would have took me forever to finish a pair of pants with just this leaf. So the original plan for the pants was only to have the leaves on the side and on the front of the pants, but as I started applying them, I decided to have the leaves looking like they were kind of wrapping around the bottom of the pants. So here you can see that I had flipped the pants over so I can work on the back side as well. So here I knew I wanted to add another leaf to this right pants leg. Well, it looks like the left, but it's actually the right pants leg. But I wasn't sure where. So I actually had to go try the pants on and see where everything laid out at, and then have to figure out the layout for this leaf. So this one is actually like a little bit above the knee, or like right on the knee, and then a little bit below where that other leaf is on the left side, because I didn't want them like right across from each other. So I had to go try them on to see how the layout look, which you will have to do if you're working on other designs on clothing, just to kind of see how everything falls into place. So after I have everything all traced and laid out how I want, I'm just going to put some paper towels in between the pants legs. This is going to prevent any paint from accidentally going through. Like if I apply too much paint or it gets too wet, I don't want it to seep through the other side. Fortunately, that didn't happen, but this was just like a precaution that I thought of before I started painting. So you may need to do this, or you may want to do this just to be on the safe side. So after I have my pants all prepped as far as paper towels and the layout, I'm going to go ahead and start mixing the paint. So for that first paint, I'm going to use a white, and I'm going to mix it with that fabric medium. So this, it says to use equal parts, so just 1 to 1. So I thought to use a shot glass just so that would give me equal proportions. So I just filled it halfway up with the mixing medium, and then I just went ahead and filled the rest up with the white paint, and then you just want to mix it until it's consistent, and then you can start using it. So now that I have that all mixed up, I'm just going to go ahead and start applying that to my pants. So you can use a larger brush, but I kind of use a smaller medium size just because I like to outline the leaves and then work my way in when I paint them. I just felt like it was easier instead of trying to switch between a larger and a smaller brush. So once all your leaves are painted with that white paint, this is what it should look like. So it's a nice base and it's going to help the color that we apply on top pop. So here's some progress on the front of the pants. So these are just the leaves for the front, and then in the next clip you'll see the leaves on the side, and then I'll show the leaves for the back as well as I move along the pants. That Monstera leaf with the holes in the other leaf is the ones that I was talking about earlier. I felt like they came out the absolute best on the pants. The other ones were beautiful too, but those ones really popped. So here's the process of me painting the leaf. As far as the color scheme, I just stayed with the same concept that was in the picture. So in the picture, it was about 4 different shades of green. So I just kept the same as far as 4 different shades of blue, which you'll see me use as the video goes on. So first I'm going to come in, I'm going to paint the whole leaf this kind of royal cobalt blue. And then later on, I'm going to come in with the other colors to really define the leaf. Next, I'm coming in with the blue that's just slightly darker than that royal blue that I just put down. So I did notice that it was easier for me to work with the paint while it was still wet. So I didn't let the layer before completely dry. It was still a little bit damp before I went in with the next color. I just felt like blending the colors made it easier that way instead of letting it completely dry. Next, I'm coming in with this dark, almost navy blue, and I'm just going to go ahead and outline the whole leaf with that color. I also applied that second blue in the middle of the leaf. I'm also going to apply that darker blue on top of that later on in the video. After I get done applying that darkest blue, I'm going to come in with this almost sky blue and use this to really define the veins in the leaf. To help me with this part, I just had the picture pulled up as reference to kind of see where the main veins of the leaf are. There are smaller veins, but I didn't do those just because they were so tiny and intricate that I didn't really think they would notice too much on the pants. So I just kind of focused more on the bigger veins. So that's why I have my picture pulled up on the side to really see where the main ones are. So I had started the process of these pants Sunday night because I was waiting for some supplies to come in for the pants. And when I tell you Tuesday night, I was so excited to finally finish these pants. Like I love the process, but it was so time consuming that I was ready to be done. They came out beautifully, but it was just a lot of time and I was trying to cram it into doing it on my off days that I was so happy to be done. But Tuesday night I finished maybe about 11:30 p.m., but they came out so beautifully. But oh my goodness, this is a very time consuming process. So the final step for this leaf is to come in with that navy blue and just outline the whole leaf. This is probably the most simplest part that you'll do, but you do have to be careful not to put your hand down on top of the leaf because like I said before, the paint will still be wet unless you let it dry, which you can do that, but I didn't have time to just kind of be coming back and forth. So just be careful not to place your hand on top of the leaf and just go ahead and outline it. After I outlined the leaf, this is what it looks like. I did have a couple other leaves to finish up, but I did those with no problem. And this is our finished look. So I will insert some other videos of my final outfit after everything is all put together. However, you will have to set this with heat. So just use a washcloth, place the washcloth on top and an iron and set it for a few minutes. And then you'll be good to go to wash it and wear it and all that other good stuff. So once again, thanks for watching and don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. So this was the final look. Don't forget to let me know what you think in the comment section.